First at 10, attorneys for an Oklahoma man who is set to be put to death this week are now suing the Department of Corrections. Lawyers for Scott Eisenberg say the state has denied his First Amendment rights after denying his request to have his spiritual advisor with him as he's executed in McAlester this Thursday. 2 News Oklahoma's Samson Tamajani joins us in studio to explain what both sides are saying now.
Karen, this started when the DOC told Eisenberg last week that his spiritual advisor, Reverend Dr. Jeff Hood, will not be allowed to accompany him inside the execution chamber, citing DOC policy for the minister's past. As our viewers might remember, Scott Eisenberg is the man convicted in the 2003 murders of an elderly couple, AJ and Patsy Cantrell of Depew, that led to a violent crime spree and manhunt. The state parole board denied clemency for Eisenberg last month. Now, Hood says the DOC denying him of being with Eisenberg during the execution is an attack on religious freedom. And based on his previous social activism, of which he says he was arrested during various civil rights protests.
According to the standard that the Department of Corrections has set, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wouldn't be allowed in the execution chamber in Oklahoma. And for me, this is an unbelievable injustice.
Today, I reached out to the Oklahoma Department of Corrections regarding the decision to bar Hood. They told us in part, quote, "The spiritual advisor in this case has been arrested multiple times for such outbursts in other states, demonstrating a blatant disregard for the experiences of victims' families and the solemnity of the process. Per policy, inmate Eisenberg will be afforded access to his designated spiritual advisor in the time leading up to his execution, and that advisor will witness the execution in another part of the facility via a closed circuit feed." Hood has since called that statement, quote, slanderous, and told us he's never had any incident with the DOC. The execution itself remains scheduled for Thursday morning at the Oklahoma State Penitentiary in McAlester. We'll continue following this story for any updates. In studio, Samson Tamajani, 2 News Oklahoma.